The US government has officially selected a crypto to bring data on chain. And this is just the beginning. I have a document that shows meetings that have been taking place since the beginning of the year and what could be coming next. And so definitely stay throughout the entire video. If you enjoy this content, do me a favor and hit the like button, and hopefully by the end of this video, you will become a subscriber. If you're interested in trading cryptocurrencies, there is links underneath the video to Weex exchange. They do have a trading promotion going on right now, so definitely make sure to check that out. They do have spot and leverage trading on there. Now let's go ahead and jump right into it here. Let's take a look at this here. This is the Crypto Task Force meeting log. On March 28th, the Crypto Task Force staff has met with representatives from Chainlink. And you will be very surprised what was discussed in this meeting. It really starts making sense now. However, before we take a look into more information, what is going on, let's go ahead and take a look at this here. Caliber just announced that they have launched their digital asset treasury with Chainlink. And so if we go ahead and take a look at the Caliber stock here, we can see it's up 162% just today. And right at close, we were looking at a price of around $4.80 this morning at open. This was only trading at $1.70. So it is down 25% after hours. However, this shows the impact that Chainlink has. This is the first company to adopt a Chainlink treasury. In addition to that, we also have filings here from Bitwise that has filed an S1 with the SEC to launch a Chainlink ETF. And so Chainlink is going to continue to gain more traction and more attention. I have said several times that I believe that this is a cryptocurrency that should be trading well above $100 with what they have been accomplishing. And so let's go ahead and take a look at this video clip here from the CEO of Chainlink explaining the integration with the government and Chainlink and what their plan is moving forward.
I think the right way for all governments to view blockchains right now is as an accelerant for their financial system from 2 points of view. Point of view number one is, does your financial system fundamentally generate good assets? Does it generate the assets that are the most reliable, attractive, unique in some form asset that is attractive to the global financial system? Which leads to the second thing of how do blockchains simplify capital flows in purchasing that asset? How does your financial system generate the base asset such that it's the best version of its type globally, it's the best asset of its type? And then how do you allow others, whether they're from your economy or from outside your economy, to wrap that asset, repackage that asset, and distribute that asset outside of your economy so that the global marketplace is now buying that asset? And blockchains and Oracle networks do both of those things. They allow you to reinvent your financial system or leapfrog your financial system into the most cutting edge version where you can generate the highest quality assets with 24/7, 365 markets, highly reliable proof about the asset, and automation of compliance, which are all huge advantages for any financial system. And then you can use the DeFi community, you can use your community, you could use the automation of compliance and identity requirements to create global distribution. Because fundamentally what you want is you want the asset generated in your economy, in your financial system, to be purchased globally, generating net capital inflows into your economy. So this is, I think, at this point, how all governments should view this. There's a number of other use cases for blockchains that go to things like voting systems, where you can verify identity, you can execute a vote through a smart contract, and you can immutably retain the results of the vote in a way that anyone can verify in your whole economy and country without, having to rely on trust assumptions about you. That's another example of the use of the technology. But those problems are often, second tier or third tier problems relative to what will blockchains do for my financial system and my economy. And if blockchains generate a net 10%, 20% inflow of capital into your economy, then obviously that's a massive, massive win for any country. And that's how they should be thinking about it.
And so as he mentions, blockchain can have a major impact on the financial system. If we go ahead and take a look back at this Crypto Task Force meeting log here, this is where it gets very interesting on what they are working on accomplishing. If we take a look at the agenda here, we can see the second one down here is discussion of securities, record-keeping requirements, and how transfer agency regulations for on-chain records and lifestyle management can be monetized for emerging tokenized securities markets. This is essentially what was just announced by Chainlink, that they are going to start tracking information on-chain, GDP data, and other things that are going to come on-chain as well. Right, we can see here, presentation of on-chain transfer agent functionality for tokenized fund administration with leading asset managers. This could include BlackRock, right? We know BlackRock is very bullish on tokenization of assets. And so we could see Chainlink utilized here as well. We have proposals for on-chain record keeping for master securities files and ownership changes utilizing oracles and public blockchain networks. And so, as the CEO of Chainlink mentioned, right, we could see voting records come on chain. They could be verified and they could be trusted, right? It is an open network. And so let's go ahead and take a look at some other information here on Chainlink. So as I mentioned, the U.S. Department of Commerce and Chainlink are now bringing government macroeconomic data on chain. And so we are talking the real GDP level, percent change, PCP price index. And so we can see right now they are bringing 6 different data points on chain. However, I think this is going to continue to increase. And a few reasons for that. If we just look at who is partnered with Chainlink, DTCC here has this article released since 2023, bringing capital markets on chain with DTCC and Chainlink. And so tokenization will evolve asset management processes and 100 trillion worth of assets in the US that could someday move on chain. And so we're going to start seeing assets move on chain. Now, if we take a look at what is evolving, this is a blog on Coinbase's website here stating that in May of 2024, the United States officially moved T+1 settlement, meaning most securities now settle one business day after they are traded. The goal is to reduce risk, free up capital more quickly, and create more efficient post-trade environment. According to DTCC, the change led to a $3.7 billion reduction, 29%, in the NSCC clearing fund in just one quarter. That is just one quarter. $3.7 billion. And so imagine when we start seeing a lot of data and information in the financial space move on chain. We could see a large cost savings, freeing up more capital, right? We can see instant settlements. And Larry Fink from BlackRock understands this, right? So we have DTCC on board. We have Swift that has been working with Chainlink. Swift also processes billions and trillions of dollars. We have MasterCard that has enabled on-chain crypto purchases. We have JP Morgan that also is now working with tokenization with Chainlink. And so look at the biggest players here, right? We are talking about the US government. We are talking about some of the biggest banks in the world. JP Morgan, Swift, DTCC that processes quadrillions of dollars. We have MasterCard. And so it is very easy to see, right? It is being laid out right in front of us on a silver platter. And so definitely pay attention to what is happening. And so even in the report here from the US government, we have oracles being talked about with the CCIP, which is cross-chain oracle network from Chainlink. And they are utilizing this through JP Morgan, right? We are going to see a ton of other banks use this, the largest financial institutions in the world. And so there's much more coming with Chainlink. We can see that from the document here. Between the meeting they had, we can see all of the different things that are taking place, right? This just got announced. We could see voting come on chain. We could see tokenization with leading asset managers, BlackRock, utilizing Chainlink. And so Chainlink today is currently trading right around $25. Based on what they are building and all of the relationships and partnerships they have established, I believe this right now should be well over $100. Currently at a $17 billion market cap, this should definitely be a lot higher than it is. This should be a top 10 cryptocurrency. And so if you enjoyed this video, do me a favor and hit the like button and subscribe for future videos. And go ahead and check out that link underneath the video to Weex exchange if you're interested in spot and futures trading. Thanks for watching and hope to see you in the next video.